Please welcome on the telephone right now the chairman of the County Board of Legislators, Ken Jenkins. Good morning.
Good morning, Bob, and good morning, Westchester.
Now, I know you are a Democrat in good standing, and it's easy for me to say that you support the president. He had a rough night last night.
You know something? I support the president, and I think that there were no knockout blows.
That's true.
In the debate last night. I expected Mitt Romney to actually have a good debate. Usually, the first debates usually do go for the challenger. That's what the statistics tell us. And it looks like people playing not to make mistakes, at least on the president's side.
Yes.
There weren't any mistakes made. And Mitt Romney being on the attack as the challenger, as he should be. And certainly there's a clear choice between Mitt Romney and President Obama, and I'm supporting President Obama.
Well, let me ask you a question, and this has more to do with process and preparation, Mr. Chairman. You've run for office several times, and I'm sure you have higher aspirations, and that's not a criticism.
Right.
When you watch a debate, what are you looking for as someone who's in the game?
You know something? I'm looking to see people answer the questions and to put in front of people proposals that make differences. It's fun as a person that is a political pugilist to watch people in the fight kind of mode.
Mm-hmm.
But, after you get past, the parrying and thrusting and that has to go on a regular debate, you actually have to say, okay, what are you going to do differently than the other person? And, I know we didn't hear that again last night from Mitt Romney. He said, okay, I think that the president's policies are bad and haven't worked for you, and didn't say what he would do about it. On the opposite side, I would expect that the president would have fought back a little harder and said, hey, you know what? I've got a recalcitrant Congress that's a partner. The president just can't wave a magic wand. And unlike people that think that that the chief executive officer is just the king or the queen of the kingdom and can just order something by fiat, it does not work that way.
No, what a perfect segue. And you know where I'm going with this. You've been battling with the county executive, Rob Astorino, with the very point you make about saying, hey, you as the county executive are not a regent. You are not a monarch. Saying that, you guys won a big decision in the courts last week in terms of the child care.
Yeah, and we did. And again, it keeps being, from my perspective, unfortunate that we're in the court system having to use the third branch of government where it actually should just be resolved through the regular process. The process is we take a vote, we vote for something or not for something. The county executive has a role and has the opportunity to say he agrees or disagrees with something, and then it comes back to the board, and if the board reconsiders and says, no, we think we're going to do it anyway, that's it, that's a game, and then we go into the next discussion item. In the child care case, we won a victory that said, for the people of Westchester again. People keep forgetting that we're standing up for the everyday citizens, for the people of Westchester, the working families that are just trying to get back and forth to work. And the court ruled, at least, give us a temporary restraining order to prevent new children from being registered into child care, which seems completely ridiculous that there would even be a suggestion about that.
742, we're talking with the chairman of the County Board of Legislators here in Westchester, Ken Jenkins, on 1460 WVOX. Now, is this a temporary decision? Is it? Because I know they're appealing it. Where do we go next with this?
There's another court hearing that the restraining order is that, we should keep recognizing temporary restraining orders are granted because they think there's a probability of success. Whether or not you actually succeed on the merits or not is a different story. So it is a temporary restraining order that prevents the Astorino administration from stopping people from getting into the low-income, the extremely low-income child care program. So where we go from now is we go to court, and then we present the cases, and then we move from there. Just like in the case with the child care program as a whole, we have at least two different actions, an appeal on one side and a motion to vacate on the other, which just says the judge was so erred so badly in his decision that we think that should just get thrown out, and we should be back in front of the judge making a better argument.
Mr. Chairman, just a question I wanted to get in before we run out of time. Would the average person will say, okay, we're going to assume that the decision prevails and the health care is restored to its former, or the child care is restored to its former amount. What impact will that have on the budget?
We don't know what it has on the budget. There's an expectation right now. The department is projecting a $7.2 million surplus, including all of the pluses and minuses in the department. So if they're going to be short on that one line in child care, even with that, they are going to have a surplus in that department of $7.2 million. This is a ridiculous discussion to be having, especially given the county executive has caused a $30 million deficit somewhere else, and they said we can wait till the end of the year and figure that out. We got to be consistent.
Any announcements?
Figure it out at the end of the year, or we got to make some cuts now.
Any announcements you'd like to make, sir?
We're going to keep working hard, and next week we're going to start having discussions, I guess, about the differences as far as the Ferncliff proposal that the board has been working so carefully and closely with the Ferncliff Society themselves. We have an exciting proposal on that. We're looking forward to getting that in front of the people of Westchester and seeing what happens.
Okay. Thank you very much, County Chair, the Chair of the County Board of Legislators, Ken Jenkins. Thank you very much.